On February 22, 2026, a massive, unpredicted magnitude 7.1 earthquake violently struck deep beneath the surface of the Earth. It was a stark reminder of the 2015 Renault tremor. From Kota Kinabalu to Tawau, Sabah sits directly on Malaysia's most active seismic fault lines. Because these ruptures offer zero advance warning, relying on luck is a losing strategy. The only variable you control is how you prepare before the ground actually moves. That preparation requires a strict three-step protocol: auditing your home for physical hazards, packing a self-reliant supply kit, and training your immediate kinetic response. When you approach an earthquake as a guaranteed event rather than a remote possibility, you take the power back and turn a hazard zone into a safe haven. Look at this image of rescue efforts. It is easy to assume structural collapse is the main danger, but in modern quakes, that is rarely the case. The primary cause of injury actually comes from inside the room with you: heavy furniture and unsecured appliances being violently thrown across the space. To fix this, you need to physically anchor your heaviest items. Bolt tall wardrobes, refrigerators, and bookshelves directly into the wall studs using heavy-duty L-brackets. Next, evaluate your exits. Remove trip hazards like heavy shoe racks from your hallways, and take down any large, heavy frames hanging directly above your beds. By locking down your interior environment now, you ensure that when the shaking stops, your path to safety isn't blocked by your own belongings. A major tremor will frequently sever utility lines, cutting off water and power for days. You need a dedicated grab-and-go bag stationed by your front door to bridge that gap. This graphic breaks down the required payload. First, hydration. You need 9 liters of water, that is 3 liters per person per day for 72 hours, alongside easy open dry rations. For communications and health, add a fully charged power bank, a 1-week supply of your essential medications, and a whistle. Shouting through heavy dust wears you out, but a whistle pierces right through it. Finally, lighting. Pack a flashlight with extra batteries. Never pack candles or matches. If an underground gas line ruptures, an open flame becomes a lethal ignition source. Once packed, this bag functions as a portable life support system, shielding you from secondary threats like dehydration or gas explosions. When the ground actually starts moving, forget the old advice about standing in doorways or sprinting outside. Doing either will likely get you severely injured. Modern seismic safety relies entirely on a strict 3-step physical protocol: drop, cover, and hold on. Step 1. Instantly drop to your hands and knees to lower your center of gravity so you aren't thrown. Step 2. Crawl underneath a sturdy desk or table to cover your head and neck. Step 3. Hold on to the furniture legs so you can move with it if it shifts. There is one strict exception. If you are in bed when the shaking starts, stay there. Turn face down and pull a pillow tightly over your head. Training this exact physical sequence builds the muscle memory you need to bypass panic and avoid the serious injuries caused by trying to walk across a violently shifting floor. The moment the shaking stops, the clock starts on the most critical 30 minutes of the disaster. First, scan the air. If you notice a distinct rotten egg smell, you have a ruptured gas line. If you smell gas, open the windows and evacuate the building immediately. Do not flip any light switches on your way out, as the tiny electrical arc can trigger an explosion. When you evacuate, you must take the stairs. Never enter an elevator after a quake. A minor aftershock can easily snap the power grid and trap you inside. Once outside, lock down your information sources. Rely strictly on official channels like Met Malaysia or NODMA. Ignore unverified WhatsApp rumors that only serve to spread panic. Surviving the primary tremor means little if you fall victim to a secondary infrastructure failure. Those first 30 minutes demand absolute discipline. Sabah's diverse geography, from densely packed coastlines to rapidly expanding skylines, requires specific rules depending on exactly where you stand. If you live along the coast and feel strong shaking that lasts for more than 20 seconds, consider that your final warning. Evacuate inland to higher ground immediately. Do not wait for an official siren. If you live inland in a modern high-rise, you face a different environment. Following the 2015 quake, many of Sabah's newer towers were built to a strict seismic standard known as Eurocode 8. This diagram illustrates how that standard works. When seismic waves hit the foundation, these upper floors deliberately sway. That movement isn't a flaw, It is the structure safely absorbing and dispersing kinetic energy. Understanding the specific engineering of your building and the geography of your neighborhood prevents you from making a fatal miscalculation when the pressure is highest. Let's review the protocol. You have bolted the heavy furniture to the wall, you have packed a 72-hour isolation kit by the door, and you have trained your body to drop, cover, and hold on. With those specific mechanical and physical steps complete, you are now Sabah earthquake ready, holding a clear advantage over a chaotic force of nature. Take this weekend to assemble your emergency kit and share this framework with your family from Kota Kinabalu to Tawau so they can do the same. Because while the Earth will never give us a warning before it moves, it consistently rewards those who are prepared.